Hey fam, how y'all doing? Hope you're having a nice day. I got a couple of things to do today and I was rushing and I left my little portable bench that I like to bring to sit on, so I guess I gotta stand up for this video. This is a first. So fam, I just wanted to make a quick video, share some words of inspiration. So empaths, Starseeds, light workers, chosen ones, like whatever label it is that you resonate with. I mean, these labels, I think as long as we're not using them to feed our ego and trick ourselves into believing that we're better than other people, then we should be all right. Sometimes these labels and these terms, it basically just helps to get the message across, or just to give a name to some of the things that we're going through and some of the gifts that we have and stuff like that. So fam, I've been talking to many of you and chatting with many of you over the years, since 2019 when I created the channel. And so many of you have shared some of the things that you go through. I mean, you will give me this whole story of the trauma and drama and like stuff that you're going through, and then right at the end you'll be like, but I know it's for a reason and I'm ascending, and I just be like, wow, we are some real warriors, you know. But I know there are times when you don't feel like that, like, oh, I know it's for a reason, and we hear that all the time, right? Everything that we're going through is a reason for all of it, and and you probably get sick and tired of even hearing that sometimes, because these moments of like sadness and depression and listen, sometimes I read your messages and I really feel your pain, and I'm not just saying that shit. You know how this empathic shit works. You know how it goes. It's a superpower. Yay! Superpower my ass. It can be a superpower once we learn how to use our gifts to protect ourselves. It can be a superpower. It can. But until then, a lot of times we're taken advantage of with these empathic gifts or what have you. So some of the things that you guys have said to me, like I said, I know that you probably have these moments where it's like, yes, I understand it's for a reason, but why? Why does this have to be my life? Why? What I will say is it's gonna get better. It will get better. I'm not just saying that shit to say it. It will get better. When I went through dark night of the soul and these different experiences starting in 2019, I would sometimes get up and I would just be feeling so depressed, and it would ruin my day or ruin my week. Now it's different. So like I'm telling you, it will get better. Like, you remember how I was mentioning in the other video about the ascension symptoms and I get these weird 5-second headaches? Well, the depression and the grief and the sadness and these moments that I go through sometimes now, it lasts like 5 minutes. Like, I will be blowing my nose and crying 1 minute, and 5 minutes later I'll be laughing. So, and I have to sometimes be like, Nadia, are you losing your damn mind? Like, are you officially losing it? Because 5 minutes ago you were blowing your nose and you were crying. Now you're laughing. So this is an example of how it will get better. It gets easier to deal with. I'm not saying that you're never going to go through, drama and trauma and feel sad. At some point, it's still going to happen, but it gets easier to deal with, and it's not as draining. So fam, I want to give you an example of how and why these things happen to us, why our life is like this as chosen ones, starseed, light workers, healers, and you name it. There's a reason why. And let me give you a little story. So my mother and father both were born in Trinidad. My big brothers and my big sister were born in Trinidad. I'm the baby from my mom. And during her pregnancy with me, she was having a lot of difficulties going. They would travel back and forth from Trinidad to Miami to see doctors and stuff. And she had me in Miami. And that wasn't the plan. It just happened on accident, but it wasn't an accident. Believe it or not, didn't that make life easier for me with all the legal paperwork and stuff like that? That made life easier for me being born in Miami. So we went back to Trinidad after I was born. My mom died when I was 2. Me and my sister stayed with my mother's mother, my grandmother on her side, and my father, him and my mother was going through things. He would be cheating, you name it, whatever. But he was back in Miami. He was in Florida, in Miami, with my 2 bigger brothers. And I also have 3 other brothers from their mother, my dad's girlfriend at the time. Me and my sister my mom wanted her girls to stay with grandma. Like listen, if you're a woman who knows that you are about to pass away, you're probably gonna be really concerned about your little ones. And knowing the relationship with her and my dad at the time and my dad's girlfriend, they didn't like each other. My dad was cheating and just a whole bunch of drama, right? So when my mom passed away at 2, we were with my grandmother. And I remember my grandmother, I believe, got sick. And so we went to my dad's mother's house in Trinidad. And that's when my dad came to Trinidad and picked up me and my sister, pretty much probably kind of stole us and snuck us. I mean, we're his kids, and brought us back to Miami. And that is the story of my life. It starts there. And there was nothing easy about it after that, fam. So my dad's girlfriend at the time didn't like me, didn't like a little girl, because she didn't like my mom. And she even abused me once. Me and my little brother, we stole a quarter off the dresser and she whooped our asses. But she whooped my ass a lot worse, okay? She hit me in the face, big ass belt buckle, busted lip, bloody nose, black eye, and sent our asses right on to school with blood on my clothes. This is how I went to school. I remember going into class and the teacher just looking traumatized, like she probably was so distraught to see a little girl coming in there looking like that. I was like embarrassed to go into school. I just remember going in real late, walking in and walking through, it was a little walk from school. We were in Cal City at the time. So we walked to school. I went in school. The teacher saw my face. They called the DCF people, sent them to the house and all that kind of stuff. And nothing really happened after that. That was the end of that. After that, this has been very difficult to discuss and even talk about, because I love my little brothers and my relationship with their mom is what it is, and so it's difficult to talk about this because that's their mom, but it's my story and I cannot control what people's part is in my story. It is what it is. This woman would argue with my father and she would say hurtful things about my mom that was dead. Listen, I went through some shit too, like y'all, okay? And that wasn't it, okay? Because a girl growing up without that guidance from a mother, not, just out here trying to learn everything on my own, obviously that was for a reason, fam. Like, I'm gonna tell you like this, and I know it. That's how I know this is for a reason, because I would not be here talking to y'all and sharing this. If my mom was alive, we probably wouldn't have even ended up back in Florida. We probably would have stayed in Trinidad. My life would have been different and I wouldn't be here sharing this information with you all, sharing, I wouldn't have the experience that I've gone through, learning, getting my heart broken, not knowing anything about dating. And so I wouldn't have this to share. I wouldn't be who I am if I didn't go through all of that shit. So as messed up as it is, fam, as messed up as our lives have been and hurtful as it's been and as much trauma as we've gone through, because even becoming an adult and attracting narcissistic men and being in these, y'all not about to get me emotional out here. Fam, I understand, okay? This is not easy, but the reason for it is the experience that we need to learn. Sometimes I just wonder, like, damn, was I just born into just a whole shitload of karma? Good and bad? Like, I don't know. But like I said, I wouldn't see an alligator. I wouldn't be here sharing this, making videos that's helping to raise the vibration. I wouldn't be doing this if my mom was alive. So it was meant for me to go through all of this shit, to experience all of this. And it's meant for you to go through the things that you're going through. It's almost like I don't even know what to say to you all, but I know that it's not easy. But it's because you are strong and because you are gifted. It's because you are meant to go through all of these things so that you can share your experience, so that you can help other people. It's meant for you to go through these things. It's meant. It builds character. As messed up as it is. So I didn't want to, this is not going to be a long video. I just wanted to allow myself to be vulnerable, share some things, and let you all know that I understand what you're going through. I understand it doesn't feel good, and I get it. I get it. But we are some warriors. I know you get sick and tired of hearing people say, oh, it's going to get, oh, you're saying it's going to get, like, yeah, I know you're sick and tired of hearing that shit. Because I be like that sometimes too. I be like, whatever, man, this is some bullshit. Haven't I learned enough? Like, come on, give me a break. But it's all right, fam. We're going to be learning forever. This looks funny. I don't know if this is going to even come out right. So, fam, that's really all I want to share. I hope that can, help you understand that you're not the only one who's been through some tough things, some struggles, and you won't be the last to go through it. But it's going to make you who you are. It's going to help you to tap into who you are, your gifts, your abilities, help people ascend. Like, I'm just going to start rambling at this point. So let me go, fam. I hope this video helped. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you all next time. Peace and blessings.